Hello everyone, in this video I'll be breaking down how modding will work in Baldur's Gate 3's patch 8, as I've been getting a lot of questions surrounding this, and there's some very legitimate concerns, as some mods don't work properly yet. So I'll be talking about both console and PC. There's a number of PC mods that currently don't work, like the native camera tweaks and the WASD movement mod, which are two that I use. That's why I can't zoom right in on Shadowheart's face like I typically do in my videos. So those two are DLL mods. They're a little bit different than the .pack mods that most mods come from, and especially the mod manager mods. Those are all .pack mods, so those two don't work. They'll likely get fixed, however. But the main thing is there's a lot of mods that people have been using that are going to likely break, but that's not to be a big concern because there's some very likely solutions that'll be coming down the pipeline. So I guess first things first, I'll just show you, like, I'm just in camp right now, but we'll go back to the main menu. This actually gives me issues. If we go to main menu and go, yes, we're likely going to get a crash right now. So yeah, you can see it there. We just got ourselves a Larian crash reporter. This unfortunately crashes anytime that I'm in my game and then I go back out to the main menu. I had no mods downloaded at that time. I was using a save file from before patch 7 and it typically would work normally. However, had this issue here. So yeah, that is one little thing that I've been running into and some other people have been running into as well. But I'll show you what the mod manager looks like because there's some very great changes. And we're back. So this is the mod manager you know and love with some new upgrades, and I'm actually a big fan of what they've got going on. So typically I use the two mods by Kate's that upgrade and make this a little bit better, makes it a little wider. I don't like the scroll bar here, it just feels a little bit weird. On console with the controller it's not as bad, but there's a new little layer here under content. So there's the mature content that was previously named a little bit differently, so that's updated, but the external dependencies. So this is, I click it and it doesn't really change anything. But what I'm expecting it to do is if there's mods that require like the script extender, because there are mods, let me be clear, there's mods in the in-game mod manager only on PC right now, and likely only to be on PC, that require the script extender. Now I have the script extender downloaded, so it's no big deal for me, but it is a little bit of a complicated process. I do have a video on how to do it, so if you're looking to add the script extender, it's actually really good. There's a lot of mods out there that do require its use, and what you can do with it is you can add in any items using codes, you can level your characters up, like it does a lot of what mods accomplish, but that's what I'm expecting here for external dependencies. Maybe there's some other things down the road that'll require that, but it's a nice new update there. Now you can see here for most of these that are relatively the same. So you got your cheats, classic customization, dice, equipment, quality of life, you name it. There's also the available on Mac and console. Character customization actually has a new whole element here, so you can search up by dyes, eye color, eye makeup, face paint, hair colors, hairstyles, heads, lip makeup, piercings, scars, skin colors, tattoos. You can see there, it all sorts it all by its newest layers here. So this is cool because then you can just search up for head mods that work properly. Mine previously didn't have this. Some people might have had it because I know my mod manager looked a little bit different from time to time. You'll see all these subclasses. This was previously added here. You can see different things for like Dragonborn in particular. If you want to find like wings for your Dragonborn, you can now find it here. And you also got your equipment. You can look for armor, books, consumables, weapons, and other. So one of my favorites being the glowing equipment. Just want to quickly touch on this. This is a cool mod, but yeah, so you can now break it down by equipment, and there's languages there that's previously added. So some nice changes to the filters here. The big one being the external dependencies, and I'm curious to see how that's going to come into play, because right now it doesn't actually work. But the big thing with the mod manager is when we go over to here, this is huge, guys. The installed mods, you can now click and enable all of them at one time. This is huge. I'm surprised this wasn't in it before, because a lot of mod managers do use this, because previously, I had 300 plus mods. I have some friends that had over 1,000 mods. So this is a really great quality of life change, especially since I have multiple playthroughs on the go. And sometimes I don't use mods in my playthroughs. I'd rather just go about it as per usual. So this is nice because then you can literally just go bloop, put them all on. Now, obviously there's a lot of mods here that do require something. So if we go to better context menu, this is a UI mod. I guess that's not a great example, but the Better Hotbar 2, it does have a dependency of the imp UI. So imp UI currently does not work properly. If we go to look here, you can see imp UI, and they unfortunately are not continuing work on this mod. I've been getting asked this a lot. I have covered it in previous videos, but I just want to bring a little update here on the imp UI. So you can see here, this is just a post on Reddit talking about imp UI, and Kate, who is the creator of the Better Hotbar and all these better mods, like a lot of the UI mods that you see here, these mods are all made by Kate, who's a great person. They made a lot of fantastic advancements in the Baldur's Gate 3 modding community. And they've answered here, don't panic, everything will be fine. I can't say how exactly the situation will be resolved. It's up to Larry and our beloved DJ MR, who's the creator of the MPUI. But you'll get MPUI updated one way or another. To be honest, I got it into a working state on the first day of the stress test since I needed it updated for my mods and send it to interested parties. It may have inconsistencies here and there, but it works, forwards custom resources, new arcane shots, and has no issues with radials. So previously, like I can show you guys what this looks like. If you were using the better hotbar, it wouldn't actually show you anything on the hotbar. It was just blank, empty, nothing. So this is nice. But if there will be an official caretaker, they'll probably add some more requested features, or if not, some of the features will be integrated into the game. But in any case, it's alive and kicking. So this is confirmation from Kates themselves. They have a working version. They made it work on day one of the mod managers, the stress test coming out. So yeah, we will get our MPUI back one way or another, thanks to Kates and potentially some other modders that'll put in some work on getting this fixed. And DD Whale they're someone that has over 1,000 mods. Yeah, getting back into this here, we don't have to worry too much because MPUI will get fixed. It's just a matter of when, because right now it doesn't work. And if you're trying to use any of the mods that have MPUI as a dependency, they just won't show information. They still kind of work. I'll put air quotations there because they work, but it just, if you can't see it, it just makes things a whole lot more difficult. So yeah, a lot of the mods here, like all the better UI mods, they do require MPUI there. And there's many others that do require it. Some don't. Obviously, there's a lot of mods that don't require it. So those will all work right now on the stress test and once this comes out. So all in all, we don't have to worry about MPUI. It's going to work properly. What's really nice here is the ability to just flick on all your mods. And also you can see here the number. Previously, the other mod manager, just for mine, they were all just 1111111. It didn't work properly. But you can see now I've trimmed it up to just under 100 mods. So I'm happy with that. I'll probably try to stick with a leaner amount of mods because I was having a lot of saves breaking. And I guess this is just a little PSA for anyone that's looking to add mods into their game. Be careful with what you had because you can remove them on PC. On console, you can't remove mods. So don't go downloading a bunch of equipment mods that you're probably not going to use because that's just going to you're going to run into issues at some point, one way or another. Now, for PC players, you can remove some mods, but some will cause a lot of issues. If you want to remove it, let's say you have the Dragon Slayer equipment mod, and you want to have this nice sword from Berserk, and then later on, you want to remove it. The way to get rid of mods, sometimes it'll work, most times it'll work. Summon in the tutorial chest using a mod, put the item in the tutorial chest, and then let the tutorial chest disappear. So that will get rid of the item, and then you can safely, or somewhat safely, I got to put an asterisk there on all of these, remove the mods. So yeah, this is working right now for me, but obviously there's some mods that just don't straight up work, and I broke all my saves from patch 7, so I had to use my fresh ones from prior to patch 7. They all end up working now, so that's exciting. But I do think we will get pretty much the same modding experience that we got, but better, because now we can toggle on all mods. And what's great for this is if you're playing with a friend, it's going to prompt you to the mods that you need to have downloaded for your save file that you're playing with friends with, and then you can just go click and turn it all on. It works great. So yeah, I do think that the modding in the mod manager is going to be an improved experience. Obviously, there's a lot of mods like the better mod manager mods by Kates that would be nice to have working right now. They don't technically work. It actually causes a crash for me if I try to get them to work because they use MPUI, which doesn't work. But once that's all up and running, I think we're going to have a good time here with this. So yeah, there's good things coming for modding in Baldur's Gate 3's patch 8. If you got any questions though, feel free to leave in the comments. I try to answer as many questions as I can to try and bring some clarity because there's a lot of information out there. I just want to make sure that you guys are all informed to the best of my ability. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.